On the right, the Palace of the Lords of Bruges. It's a 15th century building and you're restoring it now. Bruges. The small Saint Bonifacius Bridge was built in 1912. A very nice view on the right. Tower of the Our Lady Church, Maria Church. 122 meters of the tower. Biggest part built in 13th and 15th century. Statue of Luis Dives, Spanish humorist from the same period of Erasmus and Thomas More. Bed and breakfast on the left here, the St. Bonifacius, but rather expensive. Nice small terrace for breakfast and so on. Nice garden in the center of the town here, exceptional of course. Very often in the old centre we have small typical houses of 48 to 50 square meters. That's 4 on 12 meters, that's very small. You have an idea when you look at the very narrow street here. 4 on 12 meters. That's the roof of the St. John's Hospital. Now the house made a nice window last year when he restored that part of his house here, Gothic style. First part of the hospital was built in 1188. Inside the hospital you can visit the Memling Museum, the paintings of the German painter Hans Memling. There's also an old dispensary, been in use for more than 800 years. St. John's. Small typical houses, alms houses, poor people, sculpted alms houses. But there's no danger, you need not put down yet. But the bridge is lower at the end, no danger. The chimneys of a brewery here. Brewery. No danger. But the bridge is lower at the end.
No danger.
But you see the difference here? Look at my head, look at my head. Coming lower and lower and lower and lower. But alright. On the bridge is the entrance of the Béguinage. It was founded in 1245 and nowadays there are no more beggars there. There are Benedictine sisters. They kept the 15th century costume. In fact now the Benedictine convent and the entrance of the Béguinage. There are about 230 swans in town. Most of the swans are on a part of the canal where there is no navigation, so it's called. They can be aggressive when they have an estate to be careful. And you have the smell of the brewery. Locks and lock house of the Lake of Love. The in the water behind these rocks there we have the lake, but we can't go there. The water level is nearly 1 meter higher. Behind the lake is the canal Ghent Bruges. Lake of Love. L'amour. Chimney of the brewery Maas, the brewery is still in use, you can visit it. One of the beers is a quadruple of more than 11% alcohol, very dangerous, 11% alcohol. Above the door, a copy of Michelangelo's statue, the Madonna with the Child. Copy of Michelangelo's statue. Michelangelo's statue is inside the Our Lady Church. Nice statue on the right, the two arms. 19 flats on the left in the first new modern part. Those were the second part, in which they kept the old gables. Lowest part of the lowest bridge, but no danger. We stay in the middle. We stay in the middle. No danger, no danger. The three towers of the town in front of us. On the left, the St. Saviour's Cathedral. Belfry in the middle, the moment. On the right, the Our Lady Church. Cathedral, Belfry, Our Lady Church. Belfry, the civil symbol. Very often in the old centre, people are nearly obliged to buy 2 or 3 small houses and put them together then to have a bit of modern comforts for a modern family. 3 times 50 to 60 square meters. So once in the newspaper there was a house for sale of 27 square meters, 913, like a garage. Look at the enormous roof, 1188. Special on the right here. Was the door of the toilet. Was the door. They cleaned some parts of the gable before they start the big restoration here. A very small, tiny window. But people talk more about the smallest Gothic spy window in town, right in front. Fenêtre d'espionnage, spy window, in front. They already restored that part of the building here. 15th century palace of the Lords of Bruges. Nice tower. Bruges. The Bruges bridge in front. There are parts built in 17th, 16th and 15th century. 3 parts. Bruges. Nice view on the left at the inner yard of Bruges. Then they played years ago the pageant of light and sound, better known in French as Son et Lumière. Music of Mussorgsky, pictures from exhibition. Nice view with the church tower, look from here. Bruges bridge, 17th, 16th, 15th century. 3 parts. Gate is the entrance of the Groningen Museum with paintings of the Flemish school, 15th century, better known as Flemish Primitives, Groningen. The white building is a building of the College of Europe. College of Europe. The white building on the left, the Orangerie building, 18th century, Orangerie. On the right, the Diver. Every weekend in summer we have here a small folkloristic market, flea market with antiques, Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. The small windows of the hotel building on the right, they're all made in Murano crystal, Venice crystal, and you can see the reflections here. Crystal di Murano. the Nepomucemos Bridge. On the left corner is the palace, the castle of Don Pérez de Maldenda. He was the first Spanish Lord Mayor of the town. Spanish domination of 114 years. The Tanner's house from the Tanner Corporation, the leather corporation, built in 1613. They restored it last year. Tanner's house. On the left in the corner is the belfry, 83 meters, contains 47 bells. Biggest parts were built in 13th and 15th century, and you can go to the tower, but there are 366 steps. On the right with the white tower, the Chapel of the Holy Blood, built in the 12th century. That's in excess. Chapel of the Holy Blood. Canal continues in front, under the old centre of the town here. On the right, the rear gable of the town hall. The old Court of Justice, part with the towers, was built in Spanish style, built in 1520, Court of Justice. You can see the lamps, we have every evening illuminations here until midnight. It's a pity of the modern part on the left. Very often it's only the old gable that is standing there. Behind the gable we can build a completely new modern house. Look at the walls of 60, 70 centimeters. And again, it's a pity of the very modern rear gable of the hotel building. The town had problems with some inspectors of the UNESCO because of the modern buildings in town here. Green Quay, a well-known place by the artists between the two old bridges. Green Quay, Keve, Brunderen. Nice garden on the left here. Nice restoration on the left corner. A nice tea house built in 1820. Maison de Thé tea house, 1820. On the right continues to Ghent, 45 kilometers. There are blocks. Canal to Ghent. Another modern building on the right. Nice restoration on the left side here. The new mill bridge built in 76. Molenbrug mill bridge, 76. Tower of the Saint Anna Church, built in Baroque style. Another small tea house, part of the hotel building here. Tea house. Last year they sold the hotel for 3 million euros with 16 rooms and a very nice terrace. 3 million euros. Typical houses, almshouses with the name Cobris. They have very often the name of the rich family who built the houses for the poor people. Houses, almshouses. Another restoration on the right with a rather modern accent. Look what they have done. That's it. Terrible. It was a Jesuit convent, 18th century building, and they restored it, so they destroyed it for the College of Europe. Very modern inside. People call it Lego style, Lego blocks, Lego. Good for the pigeons. Very modern inside. 1430, the end of the Baroque period. Not a nice new bridge in front, but the next one is much better. And a very nice view on the left now. Spinola Rey, house number 19 with the lantern. They lived General Spinola during the Spanish occupation of Bruges. Spinola, Italy, but in service of Spain. They just restored the house on the right here, just finished it. Before the restoration they sold it for 700,000 euros, restoration about 450,000. The old British consulate, it's now a school building of the government. Very nice entrance. Consulate. The Bruges Lodge is a 15th century building. That was the Academy of Art. It's now the State Record Office. Before the building, the statue of the painter Jan van Eyck at the Jan van Eyck Square. At the end of the corner, a small tunnel. The canal continues over there, under the old centre of the town, left corner. Restorations on the left side, and again there are other modern houses a little further, big difference. 10 with the red door was built in 1948.